and welcome to my channel. Unless you're new here, and then just welcome. My name is Rusty. This is me, and this is my channel where I talk about my favorite films, mostly horror, and my favorite music, mostly metal. And this is a new thing I'm going to try now that I have learned StreamYards, and that is I am going to call it Live Quickies, and that is me doing short thoughts on a film right after I have viewed it. And in this case, we are going to be doing Dolan's Cadillac. So I got this month when I found it, and I was like, oh, yes, it's a Stephen King movie that I haven't seen, and I wanted to see it. So, like I said, this will be just a short take on it. Dolan's Cadillac was released in 2009. It was directed by Jeff Beesley, and it was written by, of course, Stephen King and adapted by Richard Dooling. It stars Christian Slater, Emmanuelle Vaugier, and Vogler, and Wes Bentley. Now, Wes Bentley we just saw in the video that I did of Soul Survivors. So this was made sort of around the same time as Soul Survivors was made. I do like Wes Bentley. I do love Christian Slater. I've got a lot of his films. So yeah, this is a very good adaptation. I, of course, have read the story in Nightmares and Dreamscapes, which is the collection of short stories of which Dolan's Cadillac is part of it. So you have Christian Slater playing Dolan, and he is very, very evil, and he plays it so good. He plays this character very, very well. I actually love the way that he played it. If I had to compare Dolan's Cadillac to what kind of thriller horror it would be, it would probably be like The Devil's Advocate. It's that kind of horror thriller, if you will, is Dolan's Cadillac. Comparing it to Devil's Advocate or maybe Angel Heart, some stuff like that. So I really, really enjoyed this. I think it was adapted very, very well. He did a great job. You have Dolan, who is a trafficker, a very, very bad one. The language that he uses is very offensive. He has his two lackeys, and then we have Wes Bentley. Now, Wes Bentley plays a man, him and his wife. He's just a regular old school teacher. He's married to just a regular girl, and she happens to be out horseback riding where she witnesses Dolan and his lackeys meeting up at a transport in a U-Haul that's transporting illegal aliens. He ends up killing both of them and murdering all of the women that were in. He's mostly into women for trafficking. Then they go after Wes Bentley and his wife, and they do, they're taken into protective custody, all kind of stuff by the FBI. They do manage to get to her though, and they do end up murdering her. This sends him on a downward spiral, Wes Bentley's character, who would be Robinson. So Wes Bentley's character, Robinson, goes on this long downward spiral where this untouchable guy, because he's just a school teacher. So this untouchable guy is after him, or he's after that guy, trying to gets a big giant gun better than Dirty Harry's and tries to go after him, but he can't do it. He ends up coming up with and Dolan knows this and even confronts him and beats him up, and like, we're in a relationship now and I could kill you, but then the relationship would be over, and so I sentence you to life. So he ends up then having to try to come up with how is he going to get this untouchable character. He does come up with an absolutely amazing plan on how to get revenge. So it's sort of like a esoteric, artsy revenge film. And the ending is absolutely beautiful. The third act is amazing. What he comes up with he goes and gets a job during when school's out. He goes and gets a job as a a road, when the people that work on the road and build the road, and comes up with a plan to when the rest of the crew will be off, which is during Labor Day weekend, and he knows that Nolan is going to come in this way. He sets a trap for him, which he actually digs out a part of the road and makes them go down this road that's supposed to be under construction. And they fall in the hole, and he spends, gosh, a good 15 to 20 minutes of the end of the movie vocally torturing him, as of course, the driver was killed. The other guy is hurt very bad, but Dolan ends up killing him. And so Dolan's in there along pleading for his life. It's sort of like that shape, the Edgar Allan Poe cast of Armadillo or whatever that is. It's sort of that story where he's going to now entomb him and bury him in the road. And he does at the end. And it's absolutely fantastic. So this is a very, very good movie. I rated it an 8 out of 10. So I don't know if you've heard of it or know that it's out there, but Dolan's Cadillac, I just finished watching it about 10 minutes ago. I am now going to go and watch the special features, the behind the scenes and stuff like that, because I do like to do that after I have finished a movie, provided I liked the movie enough to do it. And so I really liked this, Dolan's Cadillac. And that is the after party quickie on this film. And I absolutely loved it. And yeah, so if you get a chance to get Dolan's Cadillac, I don't know if it's still at Hamilton Books or not, but they do have it, or they did have it. This is where I got it. So very excited to have both another Christian Slater movie, and I love Wes Bentley. So, having them two and having another Stephen King adaptation. This is one that I did not have. So that's pretty cool to add to my Stephen King adaptation collection. So yes, this is, like I said, a very short take on it. All of the actors were fantastic. The cinematography was great. It did feel like Devil's Advocate. The cinematography reminded me of Devil's Advocate and Angel Heart. It's very subdued, depressive kind of cinematography. And like I said, the actors were fantastic in it. So it was a really good performance by all three of the actors. Wes Bentley was great. Christian Slater was great. Absolutely. I'm a big fan of Christian Slater. I know that people make fun of his movies these days, but I really like his movies, and I don't really have a problem with Christian Slater. I will jump on people leave my Christian Slater alone, I've been a fan of his since Heathers and True Romance and stuff like that. So I like Christian Slater, and I'm very glad to have this film. And that's Dolan's Cadillac from 2009. That's my quick thoughts after just viewing the movie. I had a really good time with it. And yeah, I will see you in the next. Bye-bye.